10 years. 10 years chasing one man. We searched mountains, caves, entire countries. Every lead died in the dust. Every trail went cold. But the hunt never stopped. And tonight, the world was holding its breath. Then, a house appeared. Tonight we find out. 10 years chasing a shadow. Now it had an address. After September 11th, the world didn't just move faster, it tilted. Every operator I know remembers where he was when the towers fell. You don't forget a moment like that. Because suddenly, your reason for existing becomes very clear. We had a name, Osama Bin Laden, and we had a place, Afghanistan. I'd trained my whole life for something like this. Afghanistan taught me what the word anything really means. It's not a country the way other countries are countries. It's a test. Mountains that don't end. Valleys that swallow light. Villages that watched every empire come and eventually leave. We didn't think about that. Not then. We moved hard. We moved fast. That's what we were built for. The mountains didn't care. Then came Tora Bora. For the first time, it felt real. Not the way most intelligence feels. Thin, secondhand. This felt close. Operators don't usually say things like that. We don't use words like feel. Tora Bora made believers out of hard men. When the shooting stopped, he was gone. I've carried a lot of things in this life, but that moment was different. It wasn't grief. It wasn't anger. It was something colder. It was the moment I understood. This wasn't going to end quickly. Somewhere beyond that border, in the dark, Osama Bin Laden was already disappearing into the next 10 years of my life. After Tora Bora, the hunt changed. Bin Laden didn't just escape. He disappeared. No phone, no internet, no signal. The most hunted man on earth vanished. Years passed. The war kept moving, but the trail went cold. So we started asking different questions. During interrogations, one name kept appearing.
Who carries Bin Laden's messages? You know him. Al-Kuwaiti.
Al-Kuwaiti. A courier. Someone who carried messages. Someone who knew where he was. For years, he was invisible. Then one day, we saw him. We followed him. Not for hours, for weeks. And then, he drove into a house. No internet, no phone, no visitors. And every night, they burned their trash. That's when we realized something. Someone inside that house was hiding from the entire world. From that moment, the house became the center of everything. For months, it was watched from every angle we had. Satellites, drones, lenses from rooftops across the street. Day after day, the same silent walls, the same closed gate, the same routines unfolding inside. And slowly, patterns began to appear. Certain people moved, others never did. No phones, no internet, no trash leaving the property. Whoever lived there didn't want the world to know. By then, everyone working that case was starting to reach the same conclusion. If the most hunted man on Earth was still alive, there was only one place left where he could be hiding: inside that house. Then someone noticed something strange. A tall man walking alone across the courtyard. Every day, always inside the walls, never outside. They started calling him the Pacer, a courier we had chased for years, a house built like a fortress, and a man who never stepped beyond its gates. It wasn't proof, but it was enough. What do you do when you think you found the most hunted man on Earth? In early 2011, that question landed on the desk of the President of the United States.
Based on everything we've seen so far, how confident are we that he's actually there?
Mr. President, based on the intelligence collected over the past several months, our analysts estimate roughly a 60% probability that Osama Bin Laden is present at that location.
There were options. Bomb the compound from the air, strike it with drones, erase the entire place before anyone inside even knew we were there. But none of those options gave certainty. Only one plan did: send men inside, find him, and bring back proof. So a team began to train, over and over again. The same walls, the same stairs, the same narrow hallways, until every movement became instinct. Because sooner or later, someone had to decide. Was 60% enough to start a war inside another country? And when the order finally came, the hunt ended, and the mission began. For 10 years, we chased a ghost. Tonight, we were going to knock on his door. We flew low, low enough to stay beneath radar, the kind of flight where nobody talks. The plan was simple: land, move fast, find the target, and leave before anyone knew we were there. But war never follows the plan. Something went wrong. One of the helicopters went down.
Crash inside the compound. Stick to the plan. Move. Stack up. Moving.
Copy. Left clear.
Pushing in. On me.
Room by room, floor by floor. That's what we were trained to do. And then, at the end of the hallway, we finally found him. 10 years.
EKIA.
I pulled the trigger. But there is no I in a mission like this. 10 years of hunting, 40 minutes inside that house. Mission accomplished.
Breaking news tonight. The United States has confirmed that Osama bin Laden has been killed during a military operation in Pakistan.
U.S. forces have killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, in a raid in Pakistan. And this marks a major victory in the war on terror.
Before the sun rose, Osama bin Laden was buried at sea. No grave, no monument, only the ocean. For the world, it became history. For us, the job was done.